Guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are down at Durham Raiders once again, and the Khorne Daemon are fighting off against Drew's Flesh Eater cohorts with a horde of zombie dragons. The Khorne Demons have been laying waste to this village. There is not much of it left, but apparently a dark ritual was taking place in the centre. The Zombie King knew that there'd been several hundred deaths around this area, and he's come to raise a horde in this game of blood and glory. We've got the 4 objective markers surrounding the marketplace. The aim of the game is to have more models within 6 inches of each objective marker at the end of a turn. If you control all 4 from turn 3 onwards, it is a major victory. So without further ado, let's have a quick look through the forces. Right, so here we go, guys. This is 1960 points of Khorne Slaughter Host. So for the general, we've got a Herald on Juggernaut, and he unlocks these guys as battle lines. So that's 2 units of 3 Blood Crushers. We've got 2 units of 10 Bloodletters, of course, with the champions and the banners in both units. It's worth noting as well that this guy on Herald, he's elected to go Lord of War for his command trait. That allows 1 Chaos unit within 3 inches to add 1 to the hit rolls. So that should hopefully be useful. He's also taken a Favour of the Gods, which means he's now got 7 wounds instead of 6. Because I'm running a battalion, the Bloodthirst of Unfettered Fury here, he's got a Chaos Rune Blade, which allows him to make 1 extra attack. We've then got 2 units of Flesh Hounds. We've got a Demon Prince of Khorne with an axe, and we've also got Wrath of Khorne Bloodthirster. And finally, we have a Soul Grinder, and that rounds off nicely at 1960 points. Here we go, this is 2,000 points of Drew's very, very nice Flesh Eater cohorts, and he's running the Ghoul Patrol Battalion today. So what have we got? Because within this battalion, he needs 3 battle lines, and we've got 3 units of 10 Crypt Ghouls, and these are quite nice because Drew gets to basically pop them up anywhere on the board as long as they're a certain distance away from me. We've then got 3 zombie dragons, which I'm not looking forward to facing. We've got the Vargulf Courtier, and he has a Tomb Blade, which allows him to heal a wound each time he does a wound. We've then got the Abhorrent Ghoul King on Zombie Dragon, climbing over a tree that he's ripped down, of course. His battle trait is Deathless Minion. His command trait is Ruler of the Night, granting him essentially a 5+ ward save after his normal saves. And the artifact he's got is the Cursed Book. It's -1 to hit rolls against him. Right, so due to me having several more units than Drew on the board, he got to choose who went first, and of course he picked me. He wants us to move up within the charge range of them nasty, nasty beasties. But nope, I've edged forward about 4 inches on everything. In the hero phase, my Herald elected to use his +1 to hit ability on this unit of Blood Crushers. We've then got this guy to go with shooting. He's only got 1 attack, but it's going to be going at him. So 1 attack from this guy with the Flame Bombardment. The Harvester Cannon isn't within range. I'm going to target this zombie dragon here. I hit on 4s. I hit. I wound on 3s. I even wound, and that is -2 rend Drew for 3 damage on this guy. So, armor save.
4+, not 6+.
Right, so with Drew failing that ward save, the dragon is down to 11 wounds. Not bad, considering that is pretty much the only shooting attack that this army has. And I'm going to call that turn. So, over to Drew for battle turn 1. So down here, the Ghoul King is going to use Feeding Frenzy. It's a casting value of 6 and grants a 10-inch bubble of reroll to hit. So Drew, does it go off on a 6? No. Alright, so thanks to the battalion rules, Drew gets to set these ghouls up 9 inches away and 3 inches from any board edge. So those guys are pushed forward there. Those guys who came on from the side. And yeah, these guys are going to be getting charged. Meanwhile, up front, 2 dragons inbound. I'm guessing I'm going to lose a lot of models here, but see if we can weather the storm and then hopefully charge in and do some damage. Kill 1 dragon at a time. So this zombie dragon's going to use its breath first of all at the Soul Grinder. So Drew is hitting on 3s. That's a miss. Right, so that's a miss. The second one is going for the Soul Grinder, hitting on 3s. And he hits, wounding on 2s. D6 damage, it's -3 rend. That's 4 wounds, meaning the Soul Grinder doesn't have any saves at all, and he's going to drop to 12 wounds. Right, so combat phases we've measured, it's just under 5.5 inches, so this guy needs a 5-inch charge, and of course he makes it. Is this dragon charging, Drew?
Yeah.
Charge distance? 10. He's going to get the pick of the litter as well. Right, so these ghouls are 9 inches away from the dogs. Do they make it in? Nope. And I think these ones are all 9 inches away. So these ones, they don't make it in. And the last set, they don't make it in either. Right, so this zombie dragon is going to go against the Soul Grinder first. He has 7 attacks with his claws, hitting on 4s, with no rerolls. Wounding on 3s. That's 1 at -1 rend, was it? -1 for 2 damage each. I've got a 5-up save. Nope, so I take 2 damage, drops me down to 10. But that's not all of the attacks that the dragon has. I'm not looking forward to this. Right, so next up is the Maw with 3 attacks. It's hitting on 4s. That's 2 hits. It's wounding on 3s. That's 2 wounds. It's at -2 rend, 6 up. Oh, look at that. And thank God for that, because that would be D6 damage each. Right, so the Soul Grinder swinging back with the piston-driven legs. I have 5 attacks, hitting on 4s. Wow, a wound on 3s. Yeah. Next up is the Hell-Forged Claw. 1 attack, I hit on 4s. Miss. Totally. This isn't going according to plan. Warp Metal Blade, I've got 2 attacks. I hit on 4s. A wound on 3s. That is a wound, and that is -2 damage, -2 rend for 3 damage, Drew. So, fails, and that is 3 damage. So that... Oh, yep, he does have a ward, and that's a 3, so that's another 3 damage. However, I've still got 4 more attacks. So this is the demonic or demon-born Talon. 4 attacks hitting on 3s. They all hit a wound on 3s. They all wound, so that's -1 rend, Drew, for 4 saves. And he fails them all, needing a 5, and then he's got his 5 up, which he... Wow. And then this is 3d3. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wounds. Is that enough to kill him? No, he's on 1 wound. So close. And now I think I'm going to lose this Soul Grinder thanks to the other dragon. Right, so a little bit of rule clarification there. Turns out Soul Grinders don't get all 4 attacks. They only have either a Warp Metal Blade or Demon-Born Talon. So Drew's kindly allowed me to give him the 3 wounds back and basically let the damage from the Demon-Born Talon stand. I would definitely take that as more attacks. So yeah, sorry about that, but the zombie dragon is on 4 wounds, not 1. Right, so the second zombie dragon is up, and the first volley of attacks hitting on 4s. That is 5 hits. This isn't going to go well. Wounding on 3s. That's 3. And what's the rend on this, Drew? -1, so I'm at 5s. 2 go through, and what's the damage? 2 damage each. Drops him to 6 wounds. Not good. Next up is his second swing of attacks. Hitting on 4s, is it? 4s, reroll that one. So 1 hit, 3s, and this -3, -2 rend, so 6 up. Nope, and D6 damage. For 2, dropping me to 4 wounds. That's not bad, but it's not exactly great. So at the end of turn 1, Drew has severely damaged the Soul Grinder, but I haven't done too bad at taking down this zombie dragon. I need first turn here. So Drew, should we dice off to see who goes first in battle round 2? Oh, Drew goes first. Not good at all, because I think I'm going to suffer very badly down here. Right, so Flesh Eater Cohort, battle round 2. The Zombie King is going to be casting Feeding Frenzy to reroll wounds on these guys. On a 6, and he does it. Right, so moving phase, all the ghouls have pushed forward, and I think they're going to be charging the dogs. I really needed that turn there to try and hold one of them up, and especially down here to potentially shoot and kill that zombie dragon and attack the other one, but it's not looking good so far. Let's hope we can kill one or two of them. These guys are all moving around, circling around the back and start to take the flank. Drew wants to make sure that he controls this objective. So let's move into shooting phase. This isn't going to be pretty. Right, so this zombie dragon is going to be shooting with pestilent breath at the soul grinder. Does he hit? 5's to wound because he is wounded himself, so that's no wounds. This guy is going to be doing it next. So 3's and 2's because he's at full health. That's a miss. And then the zombie king himself. He hits on a 3, wounds on 2's. He does it. -3 rend, and it's D6 damage.
D6 damage.
Come on, don't roll a 4. That's 2. He's down to 2 wounds. That's not too bad for me. Can the last guy reach?
No, he's on.
Right, so this first unit of ghouls here is going to be charging the bloodletters, needing a 3-inch just to make it. And a 4. Drew definitely makes it. These guys are going to be going at the dogs. And they make it in. And then the other 10-man is going for them as well. That's going to be in. This is going to be a whole load of attacks coming in from Drew. So combat phase, as you can see, all of those ghouls made it in. And obviously they're going to get the pile in even further when they elect to fight. However, Drew is going to be attacking with a fully healed dragon against the soul grinder with his claws. First of all, hitting on 4's, then wounding on 3's. That is not what I need. Wounding on 3's. That's not bad. And what's the rend on that? -1. So 5 up. Save 1, but it's 2 damage. And the soul grinder is only on 2 wounds, which kills the soul grinder. Right, so the bloodletters have piled in. They are going to be hitting on 4's, 6's, causing mortal wounds. I do get to reroll 1s because I'm just within range of that Demon Prince of Khorne. So I only get 10 attacks as one guy there facing the wrong way is out of range. So hitting on 4's, rerolling 1s. There's 2 mortal wounds. Reroll the 1s. At least that's 2 more hits. So a wound on 3's at -1. So that's 5. 6, 7 wounds that Drew's going to have to save. The -1 cutting through his 6-up armor, but he does have his ward save. 7 wounds, yeah. So 5 up. 1, 2, 3. Saved 4. Wow. So 3 of them die. So next up, Drew is going to pile in with these ghouls here. He has 21 attacks and gets to reroll 1s for being within 15 inches of him. So it's 4's and 4's with no rend. Nice handful there. Rerolling the 1s for 2 more hits. And then wounding on 4's with all of those. Eight 5 ups. 1, 2, 3, 4. That kills 3 dogs. Right, so I've took the dogs from this side, hopefully prevent Drew giving more attacks in. So I've got 8 attacks on these dogs, 3's, then 4's. That's not so good. 4's, 3, no rend.
6 up, 5.
So 6 up save. Nope, and then 5 up ward. So kills 1 ghoul. The next unit of ghouls are piled in the 3 inches. Not all of them are within range, so 17 attacks hitting on 4's. Nice. Reroll the 1s for an extra hit. Wounding on 4's. Is that 4? 5. 5 ups. That leaves 1 dog on 1 wound. So, yeah, being swamped by the ghoulies. So next up, we've got these guys piling into the bloodletters. 4's and 4's, rerolling 1s because the ghoul king is hidden there. That's a lot of 1s for an extra 2 hits. Wounding on 4's. 2, 3, 4. and I lose 3 blood letters. So that's it for combat on Drew's turn. These guys need a battle shock test that will automatically pass, but if I roll a 1 I get d6 blood letters back. These guys would need it, but Drew is bravery 10, so I didn't kill enough to force it. So on my blood letters, and I roll a 6, still not enough to kill any models, so it's now over to my turn. Right, so in the hero phase, before movement, this guy elected to use his +1 to hit on this Demon Prince. This Demon Prince has +1 to hit for being Mark of Khorne with that axe, so the axe is hitting on 2s. The plan is to charge these 2s in and potentially do the mortal wounds with the charge before the combat phase, and then have this guy charge in and take this one out at the start. It does mean I'm potentially going to give up a lot of damage here, but I need to do a hell of a lot of damage against these guys. I've got no shooting attacks left, so do these guys make the charge? They do. Does the Herald, and the 4-inch is just going to make. Next up is the Demon Prince, an 8-inch, so he is going to go for that dragon there. Bloodthirster, it's a long charge. 9 inches, we'll have to measure that up. So, Blood Crushers, do they do the mortal wounds on a 4+? No. I've then got the Juggernaut Lord. He does D3 mortal wounds. That is for 2, so that drops the dragon down to 2 wounds. At least it's not going to be kicking as much damage back. Ouch. Not good, not good. First up, we're going to have the Demon Prince. He's got 4 attacks. And he hits on 2s against this zombie dragon. Wow. Really? Wounding on 3s. And that is for -2 rend.
6 up 5.
And Drew fails both of them, but he's now got his 5 up invulnerable. Fails them, and each one is D3. Come on, big numbers. That's what I'm talking about. 6 wounds on that dragon. Can the Demon Prince survive that dragon? Sure. Let's find out. Next up, Drew is using the wounded zombie dragon to go at my Herald. So he's got 4 attacks hitting on 4s. That's not good for me. Wounding on 3s. -1, you said, yeah? For 2 damage. Pass 1, fail 1. So he's now down to 5 wounds. He's got 5 because of my command trait, giving him 7 wounds. Next up, though, we've got the more from him.
4s, 3s.
Looking for 4s to hit, that's 2. 3s to wound. That's 2 wounds. What's the rend? -2 rend, so I've got 6 up save. Failed them both.
D6.
Oh, 7 wounds. Slain the general outright. A big price to pay for potentially trying to kill that dragon. But now I'm going to get to swing back, and I need to kill that one, and fast. So yeah, very quick note, I totally forgot to fight these guys in my hero phase, and we also forgot the Chaos Allegiance command trait. Basically, on the roll of a 6, if I'm within 8 inches of a hero, I add 1 to my hit rolls. So the Bloodthirster is within 8 inches of the Demon Prince on a 6. Nope, that's a 1. So my Bloodthirster is going to go next. He's got 4 attacks hitting on 4s. That's 3 hits, a wound on 2s. Wow. 1 at -2 rend.
6+.
Nope, and a 5+. No, and it does D6 damage. Come on, 4. 50% chance to kill this guy. Oh, 2 wounds. Not what I wanted at all there, which means it's back over to Drew. Is he going to one-shot the Demon Prince? He's probably going to go for these guys up because he knows the Demon Prince can't chuck out any more damage. So these 7 guys, 15 attacks hitting on 4s, re-rolling 1s. A couple of 1s in there. Wounding on 4s with no rend. Is that 2? 3? 3, 5 ups. So 2 blood letters die. Not the one with the banner, of course, and not me champion. Right, back over to me. So these guys on a 6. Nope. So I've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 attacks all together coming in from these guys. 3s to hit, 4s to hit, sorry. 6s cause mortal wounds. 2 hits. And that is 1 wound at -1 rend, so 5 up Drew. Nope, kills 1 more. Right, so basically over here I should have gone with the dog first, but yeah, Drew's got 21 attacks and there's no way I can pass that many saves, so I'm just gonna remove him. I don't have any more units. Actually, I do have more units to attack. I've got these guys, I've got the Blood Crushers over here at this dragon. Drew's still got that dragon to go though, so I'll get 4 attacks here. Actually, on the roll of a 6. Nope. So that's 2 mortal wounds on the dragon, Drew. 5 up, no, 5 up, is it?
5 up to 10.
Wow. They are, so that kills that dragon. However, it's now time for me to lose my Demon Prince. This isn't going to be pretty. So the dragon hits on 4s, is it? And then wounds on 3s.
6 attacks.
6 attacks, hitting on 4s. Wounding on 3s. 1. -1 rend, so 5 up. Nope, how many damage? 2. So that wounds the Demon Prince. Leaves him on 6. We've now got the maw from the zombie dragon. 4s to hit. Oh, that's 2. 3s to wound. 1 wound, and that's -3. -2, so I've got a 6 up save. Do I pass it? Nope, and it's D6 damage. The 2 drops the Demon Prince to 4 wounds. That's not too bad, but it's not exactly great. Yeah. So at the end of battle round 2 for the Flesh Eaters, I need a battle shock on these, and I roll a 2. Unfortunately, not generating any extra for these. Battle round 3. Who is going first? I roll a 4, and Drew got a 1. So can I make or break this? First of all, D3 units get to fight in my hero phase. So how many? Just the 1. Right. Yeah, this guy is going. Right, so the Demon Prince hitting on 3s with the axe, thanks to being Demon Prince of Khorne. That's 3 hits. Come on, wounding on 3s. Yes, that is 3 wounds at -2 rend.
6 up, 5 up.
Yep, 6 up save, followed by 5 up ward. Oh, all 3 go through, and this is for D3 damage each. Come on. Oh yes, that's 4, 7 wounds. Right, so the hero phase obviously doing damage to that dragon. We've then got both units of Blood Crushers hopefully charging in and doing the mortal wounds to take this dragon out. However, Drew will still control this objective because of all of these ghouls here. Weight and numbers on this objective is really, really going to push me off it. So I've moved the Bloodletters back to try and make it across to this objective. The Hounds have pushed forward over this way to try and steal it. I still need to move this guy, but he is pushed forward and looking to hopefully take out that model. The less models that Drew has on the table, the easier it's going to be for me to try and control all 4 objectives, but this is going to be a problem. Right, so I've got a couple of charges to make. These Blood Crushers first of all. Yeah, they're in, and the guys behind. That's not going to be enough to make it in. The Bloodthirster is going for the Vargwolf. Reroll that one. 4 inches should just about get him in. Nothing else can charge, so we'll move these round. On a 4+, Drew suffers D3 mortal wounds. D3. Just the 1, but he does get his 5 up save, which he passes on a 6. Ouch. Ouch. So, first up, I'm going to go with the Demon Prince. Demon Prince hits on 3s, thanks to being Demon Prince of Khorne. That's 1. 3 to wound, that's a wound at -2.
6 up, 5 up.
And 5 up, and it does D3 damage. Come on. Yes. 3, taking that guy out. 2 dragons down, 2 to go. Right, so this guy has 4 attacks with a Vargwolf, hitting on 3s, wounding on 3s, rend -1 for 2 damage apiece. Oh, ouch. And then he's got 1 attack with his dagger-like fangs. That's 1 hit, wounding on 2s. and it's -2 rend, so I've got a 6 up save. Nope, and it's for D3 damage. For 3, dropping the Bloodthirster down to 11 wounds. Right, so for being Chaos aligned, these guys on the roll of a 6 get to add 1 because they're within. That's a 5, so that's not good. But these Bloodletters are now going to get the swing. That's 6 attacks. There's 1 mortal wound. Wounding on 3s. And that's 3 wounds at rend -1. So basically, Drew has 4 5-ups to make. Kills 3 of them. Those 3 guys swinging back, hitting on 4s. That's a fair few hits. 4s to wound, that's 2 wounds. 5 up. Nope, so that's 2 more Bloodletters dead. And next up, I have the Bloodthirster over there. This is going to be tasty indeed. Right, so Bloodthirster of Infinite Rage, hitting on 4s. 2 hits, I need that to wound. There we go. So the 2 still wounds Drew at -2 rend for D6 damage. D6 damage for 2. And then the other one, every enemy unit within 8 inches takes 3 mortal wounds. But you still work out the damage on this one. So rend -2 for D6 damage, so your ward save. D6. So that's 4 wounds that I've dealt out altogether. But then we'll tally up who is within 8 inches. Thanks to rolling that 6 to wound, it's just these 2 that suffer 3 mortal wounds because I haven't taken enough damage for that to be reduced. So this guy has 3 ward saves to make of a 5. Oh, and drops him to 1 wound. If only I'd gotten a bit luckier with that 2d6. And the dragon passes 2, takes 1 mortal wound. And with that, I believe that is my turn over. So it is over now. In fact, it's not. I've got Battle Shock down here to do. 3. That doesn't get me any Bloodletters back, unfortunately. Right, so Drew's hero phase. This guy is going to be using Feeding Frenzy to reroll wounds, and he's going to clip 2 units of ghouls and this zombie dragon. So casting value of 6. So just when I thought things were going my way, the Ghoul King very kindly respawned 6 guys here, and then thanks to the battalion, Drew managed to reinforce both units that had lost them. So he's now back up to 30 ghouls again, which means me stealing this objective is going to be very, very difficult. Let's have a look though and see what Drew does in the movement phase and see whether or not he can take down some of the beasties. Right, so Drew's done his movement phase. These guys are both pushed forward looking to take on the Blood Crushers here. The Vargwolf has pulled this way. He's only on a single wound, but interesting question that me and Drew have just been discussing. He's armed with a Tomb Blade, and it says if any of the attacks made by the weapon slays an enemy model, you can heal 1 wound suffered by the bearer of the Tomb Blade. That's fine, we understand that. However, it says, or by a death model within 6 inches of the bearer for each enemy that was slain. Now, because these bases are massive, Drew's essentially chose to retreat from the Bloodthirster back here, which means these 2 guys will charge and hopefully kill all 6 of them, but it doesn't mention in the combat phase either, so if he shoots and kills them as well, we read it as though he's going to heal that because they are within 6 inches of the blade itself. So if you know if that is right, please let us know. If it's wrong, please let us know in the comments below. But for now, shooting phase. So which dragon is up first? Right, so this dragon up first at these Blood Crushers in front. Yep. And I don't like this. Not at all. So first up, this guy is going to be using his breath attack against the Bloodthirster. 3+, that's a hit.
2+1.
Rend?
-3.
No armor save.
D6.
1. Oh, I couldn't have asked for anything better there. But you have to kill the model for him to get the wound back. So, next up, the Ghoul King. The Demon Prince. Oh, right. Yep, that's a hit on a 3. That's another wound. D6 damage. 2. So close. So that drops him to 2 wounds. Right. That's weathered the storm. Charges. Who's going where, Drew?
Zombie dragon. 2 units of guns.
This is going to be brutal. So this zombie dragon here, don't roll a double 1 and you're in. And there we go, he's in. And then the next dragon, that is an 8. So they're both going to make it in. 2 units of ghouls, they're in. And then the next unit, they're also in. So we'll do all the pile-in moves first and then come back when Drew decides to start swinging. So down here, the Ghoul King is going first. 7 attacks hitting on 4s. Oh, that's not good. 3's to wound, re-rolling thanks to his spell. That's re-rolling the 1. -1 rend at 2 damage each on 5 dice. So I'm looking for 5s. There's 2, and they're 2 damage each.
Yep.
So basically that's going to kill 1 and drop 1 to 2 wounds. Right, my turn.
3 attacks from.
Oh, crap, I forgot about this.
4 hit.
So hitting on 4s, wounding 3s. There we go, that's a 6. And what's this?
-2.
-2, so looking for a 6. No, D6 damage, don't roll a 6. Just the 1. Oh. Next up, we've got the king himself.
He hits on 3s.
And what's the rend on that? -1, so looking for 4 5s. So that's 3. And what's the damage on that? Just 1, dropping the champion down to 2. Not good at all. Next up though, Demon Prince. So 4 attacks, hitting on 3s. And that's 1. And that doesn't wound. Yeah. Yep. And this is 7 attacks?
Yeah, he's 7 with full power.
4s. 1 miss, wow. 3s re-rolling. Thank God. And what's the rend on that?
-1 and 2 damage.
-1 on 6. Looking for 5s. Oh, there we go, but 2 damage each, slaying 1 and putting 2 wounds on another. Brutal, brutal stuff. Right.
3 more attacks. 4th hit.
2 hits. 3s re-rolling. And this is rend -2. 6s. There's 1 and D6 damage. 3, killing that 1 and dropping him to 3 wounds. Brutal stuff, these zombie dragons. Right, next up then. Now, he's going to pile in and he'll attack that one. So 2 attacks. I'm within 8 inches of a hero, so on a 6. Nope. So that's no hits. And I get 3 attacks from the steed. That's 1 hit, 1 wound, no rend. So 4, which he fails. No, so he actually did 1 wound. So schoolboy error, I should have piled in and attacked with this guy first because now Drew has piled in with the ghouls. So how many attacks is that? That is 5 of them, and 1 of them being the champion attacking my champion there. So that's, what, 11 attacks? 4s and 4s. Do these get to reroll a wound as well?
Yeah, just the 1s.
Just the 1s.
So reroll to wound, I get 1s to hit.
So no extra hits there.
And then reroll the wound because of the spell.
So 1 wound re-rolling because of the spell. That's 2 wounds. 4ps. Drops 1 wound. And he's down to 1. Meanwhile, the other 5 in that squad get to go on the Demon Prince. So that's 10 attacks on the Demon Prince. Re-rolling 1s. Oh! Wounding on 4s re-rolling. So there's 5. 5. 4ps. Oh, and he goes down. No more Demon Prince. So, he's gone. It does mean that I've now just got that 1 Blood Crusher to go, and he can swing against the ghouls. So 2 attacks, no hits, and then 3 from the steed. 1 hit, 1 wound, no rend.
So 6 up, 5 up.
And there we go, that's 1 ghoul. Right, so down here, this is 9 attacks from the ghouls against the 3 bloodletters.
That's 9 guys.
9 guys, that's what, 18, 19 because of the champion. On 4s, reroll on the 1s. A lot of hits there, wounding on 4s, re-rolling. Oh, that's a lot of damage.
Those ones don't reroll the wound, just these 2.
Right, so they don't re-roll the wound. How many wounds is that, Drew? 7? 7, 5 ups. And there we go. Bloodletters are dead. Right, so because Drew managed to kill 4 models here, that guy has healed 4 wounds. We think we've played that right, but like I said earlier, if you know if that's right or wrong, please let us know. So yeah, battle round 4 incoming. Oh, who is going first? Oh, re-roll. Oh yeah, 3, Drew gets a 1. D3 models get to attack in the hero phase. For a whole 1. Wow, I get 1 weapon to attack, so this guy is going to see if he can inflict a mortal wound on them. And 1 hit. 1 wound at -1. Just stopped. Right, let's move on to the movement phase. Right, so movement phase, I've strung these bloodletters out. I've got to move and run of 7 inches to try and prevent Drew from getting to that. If I charge them in here, I'm at -1 to hit, so 6s on these guys are no longer causing mortal wounds. However, the Bloodthirster is hoping to do a couple of wounds with his lash, and between attacks from them, the dogs and that Bloodthirster, we might be able to take this guy down. I say might, we need to be very, very hopeful that we do. I'm tempted to almost charge that Bloodthirster in at the Vargwolf as well, but for now, shooting attacks. This guy is on full wounds, which means he gets 4 attacks with the Lash of Khorne. So I am hitting on 4s for 1. I wound on 3s. That's 1 wound at -1 rend, Drew. 5 up, and he makes it. Not good. I didn't inflict any wounds, there's no point in dragging him any closer, so charge distance for the Bloodthirster. And for the hounds fail. And then the big Bloodthirster with the axe, that is an 8-inch charge for them. Right, so both Bloodthirsters are in. Because that Bloodthirster is within 8 inches of him, on a 6, I add +1 to hit. Nope, so 4 attacks, wounding on 4s, hitting on 4s even. 1, 2s, that's 1 wound at -2 rend.
So 6 up.
That's not what I needed. Right, Drew gets to go next.
Which one attacked at least?
It was that one that attacked, that one hasn't attacked. Yep. So 7 attacks, is it? 6 attacks, hitting on 4s. Oh, just the 2 hits. 3s to wound, re-rolling. So just the 1, and what renders that?
-1.
5s. Loves it. Now the one I don't like. Oh! 3s and re-rolling. Oh, 2 go through, so 2d6 wounds. -2 rend. Ah, 6s. There's 1, so d6. Every time. So he's lost 1 wound. Right, they're going to get the attack now without fear for that. So I might as well go with this Blood Crusher down here. -1 to hit, so 5s. And that would have been a mortal wound, but never mind. And that's 1 wound, -1 rend on the ghouls.
On the ghouls?
Yep.
So no 6 ups, just 5.
Kills 1 ghoul, and then the steed. 3 hits. 3 wounds, no rend.
6 up.
Passes 1.
5 up.
2 more go down. And back over to Drew. Next up we've got 7 ghouls. Rerolling 1s, rerolling to wound. Hitting on 4s, rerolling 1s. Just the 1 for a miss. That's a lot of attacks. Wounding on 4s, rerolling. Holy. How many is that? 7. There's 4. Wow. 3 more. No, failed 2, so that kills him. Not good. Back at me. I've got 6 attacks with the Bloodthirster down here. I hit on 3s and I wound on 2s. And actually, 6 up, I would have gotten to add those 2 together. A wound on 2s, so that is 4, and that's -2 rend, Drew. Looking for 6s, fishing for 5s now. 2 go through for 2d3 damage for 4 wounds. So that's going to drop him to just 8. If only those dogs had made it in. Is that it for your combats, Drew? I've got 1 more Blood Crusher to go. 2 attacks, hitting. That's not doing a mortal wound, unfortunately, and then that one misses because I'm -1 to hit for being within 6. And that doesn't even wound. And then the steeds hitting on 4s. And that's 1 wound, no rend.
4.
Loves it. And that is it. That is the end of Battle Round 4 for the Khorne Demon King. Let's move into Flesh Eater turn 4. Right, so unfortunately I didn't film the hero phase there. Drew went to cast reroll to wound with this guy. However, the dogs are within 18. They can elect to try and unbind the spell. We didn't unbind it, but because they're within 8 inches of a hero, they get to reroll. I managed to stop it going off. So hopefully we should weather the storm. And if we get to go first and fight in the hero phase next turn, I doubt we'll regain control of this objective. But hopefully we can retain the 3 that were on the outside. So Drew is going to get to shoot 2 zombie breaths, I'm guessing.
Yep.
Which guy is up first then? Right, so shooting phase. This zombie dragon is going to be using its pestilence breath on the Bloodthirster with Unfettered Fury, hitting on 3s. Misses. And then the zombie king, same target, hitting on 3s. Yep, 2s to wound because he's. And Drew didn't get reroll wounds off because my dogs managed to unbind that. That couldn't have gone any better for me. Right, so combats. Got a couple of charges. I think Drew wants to get these guys in at the Bloodletters to hopefully take them out. But I think the Zombie King is going to be going at the Bloodthirster as well. I think he wants a piece of him. Is he charging first? Needing a 3. There we go, he's in. And then next up down here we've got 2 separate units of ghouls. And we've got the Varg Wolf as well. So which one's going first? Oh, he's going into him. So 3. Double 6, he's definitely in. Yep, they're definitely in the second unit. Wow, they're definitely in. I think they are probably going to chew through them. Right, so this Bloodthirster down here is going to eat some zombie dragon tail when the zombie dragon rams his tail through his head. So, 7 attacks, looking for 4s. 3s, not re-rolling unfortunately. Oh, and what's the rend on that? -1, looking for 5s. 2 damage apiece. That's going to drop him down to 6 wounds. He was on 10. This is going to be brutal. 2 hits. 3s. Oh. And then the Zombie King. Nasty stuff. And what's the rend on that? -1. So we're looking for 5s. Oh, all 3 go through. What's the damage? Just 1, so he's down to 3 wounds. Oh, this isn't good. Do I attack with him though? That is the question. Or do I go for the other Bloodthirster? I think I need to go for... I really don't know. Let's have a look. He's on 3 wounds, which means he's only going to get 3 attacks. And -1 to hit as well. Yeah, definitely not him. I think we're going to go for this guy instead. Unfettered Fury. So I have 6 attacks. I hit on 3s. And actually, I'll roll the 6 to see if I can add +1. Nope. I am wounding on 2s because I'm still There we go, that is 4 at -2 rend, Drew. 6 up. And then followed by 5 up. 2d3 damage, come on. 3 wounds. Drops him to 5. It's not bad. I needed more though to prevent the damage coming in, because now he's going to swing at the other Bloodthirster, I'm guessing. Yep. Let me know what you guys would have done. Would you have actually swung with him? Because I mean, he's probably going to die now, but let me know what you would have done. Anyway, 5 attacks now. 4s. Oh, only the 1. That's 1 wound, -1 rend. 5s. Passes it. 2 hits. This is where I'm going to suffer. And that's -2. 6s. Oh, no. 2d6. There we go. 8 wounds. So yeah, that's why I kind of did that, because I know that that would have done the damage, whereas this guy then wouldn't have been able to do as much damage in return. So that's 1 of me Bloodthirsters down, but all of them dragons have now attacked. I've now got 1 guy here hitting on 5s, 4s even. That is a mortal wound though, and that is 1 wound. This is on the zombie dragons. 3s to wound. Nope, so just 1 mortal wound, Drew. 5 at ward. That's another 1. I've then got 3 attacks from the steed. Hitting on 3s, that's 2. Wounded on 3s, that's 2 more. No rend. That's another wound. Not too shabby at all. That dragon is now down to 3. However, yep. Right, so Drew is going for the closest unit of ghouls here, because they get to reroll 1s because they're just within 15 inches of the Ghoul King. 21 attacks hitting on 4s, rerolling the 1s. That's a lot of hits. Wounded on 4s, thankfully not rerolling. That's not... it's okay. It's 5. I should save 2 hopefully. And 1. So that's 4 of them dead. Right. Over to me. First of all, on a 6+. No! Every time. Right. I do get to reroll 1s though. So I've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 attacks. Rerolling 1s because I'm within 8 inches of that Bloodthirster. So that's 1 mortal wound. Reroll the 1. 2 hits. 3s. So that's 1 mortal wound and 2 at -1. So saves the mortal wound.
And then 2 was 5 anyway.
So I only kill 1. Wow. Right, over to Drew. 4s for these guys. Quite a few attacks hitting. No, re-rolling because Drew is not within 15 inches of the Ghoul King. Wounding on 4s. How many is that? 5. Come on, I need to pass 1. Yes, there we go. 3, so that kills 2 more. And we'll kill these 2 here. Right, I believe... Yep, Drew's just got this 1 guy here. Yep, he's healing wounds thanks to killing guys within 6 inches of the bearer of the sword. And like I said earlier, that's the way we read it. Please let us know if it was wrong. Right, so because he's right in the middle of all of these units, this guy is going to get basically 6 attacks against me Juggerlord. Juggernaut hero even. So, 6 attacks, Drew. Hitting on 3s. Not re-rolling, that's 3 hits though. 2 wounds, any rend? -1, so 5 up. 2 damage each, that's going to kill him outright. Just when I thought things were going in my favour, and I think that is it. Battle Shock's down here for me. Don't roll a 1. Right, so me rolling a 5 there puts me at Bravery 11, which unfortunately kills another Bloodletter. Now, I need to win this roll off. Turn 5, it's all down to this. Oh, and Drew gets to go first. Can he annihilate what is left of the Khorne force? Right, so hero phase, this guy is going to be using Feeding Frenzy to try and allow a reroll to wounds, casting value of a 6. He gets it on a 7. My dogs are within 18, so did I stop it? No, the Bloodthirster is still nearby, so I get to reroll. 6, I don't stop it unfortunately, so that goes off. Let's see where Drew moves everything. I think he might be going in for the kill. Right, so in the movement phase, Drew has decided to retreat these guys, and according to the rules, you can just move as long as you end more than 3 inches away from enemy models, which puts Drew 4 models within 6 inches of this objective, which means even these 3 guys, if they survive, can't claim that back. So meanwhile, I still hold this one. Drew, meanwhile, the guys that were down here has moved and ran to bolster this one, which means even with all them dogs there, Drew's got, what's that, 13 models within 6 inches, so there's no way I can claim that one. So basically, I've got to hope, don't kill the dogs, and see if I can get my Bloodthirster and dogs down here to try and at least deny him these 2 objectives. So, shooting phase. Which dragon is up first, Drew? So the wounded one first is going for the Bloodthirster, I presume? Yeah. So hitting on 3s. That's a hit. Wounding on 5s now because he's took so much damage. That's no wounds. Zombie King at the Bloodthirster 3s, 2s, and it's -3. So it takes 5 wounds, which means he's lost 6 altogether. Oh, am I going to survive this combat? God knows. Right. Charges. What is next? So the Vargul charging the dogs. Yeah, that's going to get him in for sure. Zombie Dragon charging at the dogs as well. 9 inches is going to make him in. Do you know what? Just move the building. Just for the sake of the wings. Of course, Drew's lovely, lovely dragon climbing up that actual tree bark. Right, so who's swinging first?
I will take the wounded dragon.
The wounded dragon, Bloodthirster?
Yes, 4 attacks on the
Yep. 4 attacks hitting on 4s.
wound on 3s.
Re-rolling. Gets them both -1, looking for 5s. Pass 1, fail 1, so that is 8 wounds that he's took. Leaves him on 8. Actually, it leaves him on 6. Oh, thank God for the more missing. Right, Bloodthirster is going to swing back. He's down to 6 wounds. He's lost 8, which means he only gets 3 attacks with the Lash of Khorne now. And he only wounds on 3s. Is he within 6? Oh, good God. So he's actually hitting on 4s, but there's no other heroes nearby. So, yeah, hitting on 4s. 2 hits, wounding on 3s. 2 wounds at -2 rend.
6 up.
5 up. Oh, both go through. Come on, 2d3. No! Why? Oh, so close to killing 3 dragons. Right. What's next? The other dragon?
The other dragon,
Yep.
7 attacks.
At the dogs?
At the dogs.
4s?
4s.
Holy,
Jesus.
wow.
What then next?
Yeah. Wounding on 3s.
3s with the movement. 6
What rends that? -1. 6s. Nothing. 2 damage. Wipes the unit. Yeah. Right, so I've got 4 attacks with these guys. That's a mortal wound and 2 hits. And 1 at -1, so just 2 ward saves. Kills 1. from the middle so that the other guys are now going to get the pile in and attack. We'll work that out. Right, so this unit down here is split up. The champion is in this unit because Drew wants rid of that to prevent the battle shock. So 7 attacks, 4s and 4s, rerolling 1s. No 1s though. 3 wounds. So 3 5-ups. Oh, so close. So that kills the banner. And then down here, he's got 8 attacks on these 2 guys here. Is he within range? 4s. That's a lot. 4s again. Nothing. But you killed the banner, and that's what you wanted, isn't it? Because then I probably would have retreated. Yep. Last up, we've got the Vargul versus him. He was almost dead. He was on 1 wound. 4 attacks from the Vargul, re-rolling to hit. Hitting on 3s, that's insane. Right, wounding. 3s, re-rolling. What's the rend? -1, so 5s. 2 damage each, which is 8 wounds, killing the Bloodthirster. Yeah. So, do you know what, Drew? I can't do anything with them 2. Awesome game, my friend. Awesome, awesome game. We're still pretty new to Sigmar. Drew's only played a couple of games, and I've only played pretty much what you've seen on the channel. Please let us know if we've done anything wrong. It would be interesting to find out what are the rules. So, just to clarify, Drew has 4 models here within 6 inches, so he controls that. I don't have any models there, but Drew did, so he controls that one. He also controls that one, and you know what? As soon as it went to my turn, those guys would totally wipe him out anyway, which would be a tabling at the end of turn 5. That's it, folks. Today's game has been filmed down at Durham Raiders. Please check them out on Facebook. I will post a link in the description. Loads and loads of games been going on today. The battle mat is supplied by urbanmats.com. Again, I'll post a link to them in the description. This one is Dusty Roads, and it has been very, very fitting for this battle today. Thanks very much for watching, folks, and we'll see you next time.